Hi friends, in this video we have to learn about self keyword in Python. So in Python, self represents the current object of a class, means instance of a class. It allows an object to access its own variable and methods inside a class. Simple line to remember: self equals to this object itself. Self means this object itself. So why do we need a self? Because class is just blueprint, but self connects to the blueprint, to a real object created from it. So without self, Python would not know which object data you are talking about and which method is being called. So self is very important. So you can see the syntax of a self keyword. So suppose class is a student and def show self and print hello student. So here you can see this is a object, s1 is object and student is a class, and s1 dot show. So what will be the output? Hello student. So you can see what's happening in that. Suppose s1 dot show means Python internally converts it into the student dot show s1. So why student dot show s1? Because you can see self means current object of a class, and what is the object? s1, and s1 dot show means we are calling this class method, right? So that's why this is called as a current object of a class. So let's see this example in our VS Code. Just open VS Code and create a file, that is the self underscore keyword, because this keyword is very important in Python. And now write the code. Suppose class is a student, right? And in that class, suppose in class we created one method, that is a def show and self, and self is a compulsory for inside the class method, and just give colon and enter, and you can see def show self and print hello student. Suppose print hello student. So we have created def show method, and inside we have passed the self. So self indicate that this is a student class method. So we have created this method. Now create the object. You can see in example s1 equals to student. So create object s1 equals to students. So we have created object, right? And now just call s1 dot show and run the program. So you can see hello student. So why self means this indicate this class method, instance of a variable, class methods. So this is one example. So already you seen s1 dot show means internally converts the student dot show s1 means referring the current object. Using self with a variable, most important use. Just this is the same class and with variable, because before that we have not used the variable. So just see with variable, and I will show. Just create this example, or you can see class student def unit means This is a constructor. You already know about a constructor. Underscore is constructor, and in that self is a compulsory, and name and age we pass this two variable, and self dot name equals to name. This is an instance variable. Why self? Because the student variable or student object. So self dot age equals to name, self equals to self. So print self dot name, self dot age. Why self? Because self indicating this is a student class variables and methods. So you can see s1 equals to student, and in constructor we pass these two values, that is the name and age. And in second object we have passed this name Anita and 22, and just display s1 dot display s2 dot display. So display is the method, and in that self means we are referring the current object of a class. So output you can see Rahul is equals to 20, Anita equals to 22. So why self here? Self dot name means name of a current object. Each object gets its own copy. So if you create a two object, then you get a two copy. So what happens if you don't use a self? So suppose class test and if set value is a self and x equals to 10. So you can see here self dot x we have not used. So this is a wrong. They don't know which class variable this is. So that's why self correct code you can see self dot x. So you have to use self compulsory. So without self x is just a local variable, and with self x becomes an instance variable. What is the instance variable? Instance variable means class variable. So just see this example in our VS code. Just create. This is the example. Suppose this is one example. So create one more file, that is suppose self key2 dot py. You can give any name. Just create a class students. In this program, just we will see how to use with a variable with self. Def suppose show, right? Init, just take init. This is a constructor, double underscore init. So you can see after I enter this automatically take self keyword. But why? Because this is a compulsory keyword in Python. Name and age, and self dot name is compulsory because this referencing the current object of a class, so we can assign directly. That's why self is important. Self dot age, and it will maintain our easy to write a code as well. So that's why self is important in a Python. And now another method is a self display def display, and in that also self keyword is important because this is referring the current object of a class. So that's why. And print, you can see self dot name and self dot age. Self dot name comma self dot age, and now create the object of the class. Suppose s1 dot student, s1 equals to student, and s2 equals to student. Here you can see we are using self with a name and age. So you have to pass this name and age. Suppose I give name as a Gautam and age equals to 25. And in that, suppose name is a Rahul and age is suppose a 26. So now run and check the program. First of all, we have to call this method. So s1 dot display and s2 dot display. Now run the program and check output. So you can see Gautam is a 25 and Rahul is a 26. So self is helping us to write a program and understand the program, so we can identify the which variable, which method we are using. So we can easily understand by using the self keyword. When we use self inside the class, means this referencing this current class object. So that's why this self keyword is very important. So is self a keyword? Self is not reserved keyword. You can rename it, but don't. Why? Because normally, professionally, we need to use self. Convention says just always use a self. You can use just like objects or any other keyword. So self refer to the current object used to access instance variables and methods. First parameter of every instance methods. You can see first parameter of every instance method self is a compulsory. So automatically passed by Python. Here's difference between local and instance variable. So we can identify this is a local, this is an instance variable by using a self. One line summary for a student. Self connects class, right, and methods and variables to the object that calls them. So understand why this self is important. Self is indicating the current object of a class or current reference of a class. That's why self is compulsory. So that's all about the self. Just practice more example with self, so you will be familiar with the self keyword. So that's all about self keyword. Thank you for watching this video.